Welcome back to the Nanaimo Now channel. I'm your host, Guaylau60, and you know, last week I did a video about voting away the homeless people in Nanaimo and how it was part of everybody's election campaign for mayor and city council. Well, it got a fair bit of play on the internet, and it's a little different than what I'm used to. I'm used to you know, opinion pieces, tourism pieces, really not getting so political. But I see that this particular element of Nanaimo is a bone of contention. But before I get started into this video, go down to the subscribe button, hit your subscribe button, make some comments on the videos that I make. Hit the like button, hit the bell so you're notified of new videos coming out on the Nanaimo Now channel. This topic about homeless people is probably more of a bone of contention in the Nanaimo community than the bike lanes and between the drivers and the bikes and stuff, but that's fodder for another video. But make sure you go down and subscribe. Another thing, I'm going to be putting an email address along the thing and in the description below. And you know how they've got the beefs and bouquets on Nanaimo Now News? Well, they tell you, people write in and tell them what pisses them off or what's good in the community, and I'm going to set up the same thing, but I don't want it over the channel on the comments. What I want you to do is email the comments into my email address, and I'll pick and choose maybe the best 10 or 15. If you want your name on the channel, just put your name on there. If you don't, maybe just tell me that you don't want your name posted on the channel, and we'll take it from there. The difference between beefs and bouquets and boots and salutes is boots and salutes will be a little bit more rank. If you've got a real beef, I'll play it for you. But anyway, back to the homeless people and the bone of contention, and what do we do about the homeless problem here in Nanaimo or across Canada, for that matter, because it's everywhere. Some people blame it on fentanyl. Some people blame it on laziness. Some people blame it on the government and how everything got so expensive so quickly. Some people just blame it on just that's the way it is. That's life. But I got some comments from people on that last video, and I'd like to read some of them to you. But not only am I going to read some of these comments to you, I'm going to put in my 2 cents worth, because, you know, I have an opinion on this subject also. But let's start with Maryland. It's more complex than homelessness. Okay, fentanyl changed the face of addiction. Long-term hardcore drug abuse leaves addicts permanently brain damaged and legally disabled. Okay, so they're doing this fentanyl, and Maryland says it leaves them permanently brain damaged, and they're basically good for nothing now. We now have a segment of the population that are incapable of functioning at a basic level ever again. I agree about exporting some homeless. Well, thanks. That's I was just spoofing about paying them to leave this last, but anyway, we'll go on with this. Other provinces have financed relocating their problems to BC. We should transport them back to their last known address. On a provincial level, we need a 2-tiered prison system. Drug-related criminals should be committed to prison hospitals, detoxed. You'll see a mass exodus of homeless criminal addicts out of the province for fear they'd be forced into detox if convicted of a crime. See, that's not a bad idea. BC is more this woke, laid back, don't worry about it, smoke this type thing. Oh, those poor people, they just need legalized drugs so they're not convicted. So enabling the government of BC, the government of Canada is enabling these drug addicts. They need the opposite of that. They don't need legalize drugs. They don't need free drugs. They don't need free needles. They don't need free injection sites. What they need is they need to be arrested for doing something illegal, detoxed, and basically, well, there's another comment that I think takes it just a little bit further than this comment. So let's go to that comment here right now. So let's read this. Okay, this is from Loco TV. Loco TV is, I think, another YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, simple solution. Take all the money we blow on trying to manage this problem. The only humane thing we can do is to pull them off the street. Pull the homeless people off the street. Okay? Put them all in a facility, dry them out, no drugs, no alcohol, give them jobs inside the facility, and the mentally ill cannot get out of this facility. Sounds like what Mayor Krogh had in mind. Mentally ill should all be institutionalized. There's that too, you know, if you think about it, if they're mentally ill, they could hurt themselves, they could hurt somebody else. Is a mental illness because of fentanyl? If it is, maybe if they get off the fentanyl, something will come back, you know. But anyway, I got to get going on this. Okay. No drugs, no alcohol. Give them jobs inside the facility, and the mentally ill cannot get out of this facility. Warm bed, food, clothing, medical care, etc. Support. People that can be rehabbed, get out. Can get out. 3 times back to that facility, and you can't leave. Sounds like the 3 strikes and you're out in the United States. Did that work? Well, you know, it might be a deterrent in British Columbia, on Vancouver Island. If the judicial system was just a little bit harsher with these people, maybe if they were going to get arrested, they had to go to this facility, maybe you know, detox away from their loving drug, you know, their drug of choice. Maybe this might get some of the people not only off the street, but maybe detoxed and not go back into it. Rather than the Trudeau government with the, well, here's your free drugs, here's your decriminalized heroin and fentanyl and whatever. It's one of those things. Anyway, we'll get on with this. So 3 times back to that facility, and you can't leave. This is the only way to completely solve this issue. No one gets hurt, nothing gets stolen, and the taxpayer is happy. Okay, everyone wins. Some of these people need help for life. They shouldn't be sleeping in the rain. The crazy amount of money we already blow on managing this issue could be enough to create this facility. They already tried everything else. No one won. Let's change this. Okay, you know, so and I think Local TV has got a point here that we've tried everything else. The taxpayers are living in fear in downtown Nanaimo. People don't walk there at night anymore. It's too dangerous. The drug addiction in that area of the city is off the scale. It leads to homelessness. It leads to mental illness. It leads to petty crime. It leads to major crime. It leads to, it leads to all of the things that keep the big cruise liners from stopping in Nanaimo anymore. And that hurts the people that run the businesses in downtown Nanaimo. That hurts the bottom dollar. That hurts the taxes. That, it's just that snowball running downhill type thing. So we're being held hostage to a certain portion of the population that wants to live this life of drug addiction, homelessness, theft, and it's not all the homeless people. Not all the homeless people are bad people, but there is a certain element in there that is making it difficult for everybody, not only the other homeless people that are just down on their luck and this times are tough type thing. It makes it difficult for those other homeless people, and it makes it difficult for the people that live in the community that want a safe place for their children to go to school. They want their children to be able to go to the park and be safe, not get stabbed and killed, as happened here not too long ago. They don't need to see all of the bus stops being occupied by people, and then now that bus stop is their home. Those are for the taxpayers. Those are for the people that need the buses. Those are for the people that don't want to stand out in the rain waiting for the bus. There's so many things that, and this just scratches the surface, and that's why I made a special playlist on this channel, and Nanaimo's homeless, and I'm going to be talking about this probably on a regular basis. Maybe to poke City Council, phone City Council, write your council members, tell them what you expect from them, because if us as taxpayers don't tell them what we want, well, they'll just do what they want, and they might want something different than what the majority of the taxpayers want. It's election day today. Make sure you vote for the person that will do the best in dealing with the problems in Nanaimo today, Saturday. It's election day. So when you go down to the polls, make sure you're not voting for somebody that wants to sing Kumbaya in city council meetings. Make sure that you're not voting for somebody that their solution to problems is putting gardens on your roof. Make sure that you're not voting for somebody just because they're a nice person. Make sure that you're voting for somebody because they're going to do something that you want done and should have been done and hasn't been done in the past. Somebody that's got the balls to stand up to this problem that we have. We've got a lot of problems, but this one seems to be the main problem here in Nanaimo. So make sure when you go down and vote, but this problem has been going on for some time now. Like, I remember a couple, 2-3 years ago when you had Discontent City on one side and the Soldiers of Odin on the other side, and Guilao 60 in the middle with his camera, blah, 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 showing what was going on. I think that got like 30 or 35,000 views. It shows you that this is something that the people in Nanaimo actually care about. And you've got, these special interest groups on one side that are saying, oh, these poor people, well, they don't have a home. No, they don't have a home. Most people that have a home have a job. They make money. They pay their rent. They actually pay their vehicle insurance, and they pay their food bill, and they pay all of these things they pay, and that's why they have a home. Cool concept, eh? I bet you didn't think about that. So what these special interest groups want to do is they want to give all of these people a free life on the back of the taxpayer that works like a dog to pay their bills. The taxpayers that are paying and working at a job, some people have 2-3 jobs just to pay their rent, pay their mortgage, pay extracurricular activities for their children to go to ballet or play hockey or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then there's this certain portion of the population that expects it to get it free. Well, that's not the way it's supposed to work. I like the facility idea where they go into a facility, scoop them up off the street, put them into a facility, dry them out, give them jobs, get them training. So if somebody is on the street and they say, what can you do? I can't do anything. Well, train them to do something. Whether it's plumbing or electrical or carpentry, or whatever it is, start a YouTube channel, make some money like that. But they have to do something with their life, because everybody has to do something with their life to make a living in this world, to pay your rent. People that don't have a job, but then again, I guess they could move to Moose Jaw. There's no homeless people in Moose Jaw. Why? Because the city has taken it upon themselves to make sure that every homeless person in Moose Jaw has a home to live in. Maybe we should take a look at what they're doing over there. Boy, be expensive. But then again, you're in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. So like, I'm sure the homeless people don't want to move to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, because it's Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. They'd rather live on Vancouver Island, looking over the beautiful departure bay, and that's just the way. That's why they're here. Warmer in the wintertime, not as blistering hot in the summertime. It's a beautiful place. So I guess it's probably the choice among the homeless communities, the Lower Mainland or Vancouver Island, because it is easier on the people. Anyway, back to this the Soldiers of Odin and the Discontent City that was a major problem here in Nanaimo back, I think it was 3 years ago. It's gotten worse. You can see it's gotten worse. You got temporary housing, which would sort of stop that discontent city. But I made a video back then, Nanaimo, the toxic city, and that damn near got 40,000 views too. But I said in that video that, you know, after all said and done, and they get this temporary housing, you're going to take some of these discontent people and stick them into this temporary housing, but that's not going to be enough. It's never going to be enough. That will just draw more people because, oh, there's free housing in Nanaimo, and away they go and they run over here and looking for free housing. So now you've got the next generation and the next generation of homeless people coming to Nanaimo looking for that same handout that was given and you know, free living on the back of the taxpayer. The taxpayer can only handle so much and will only put up with so much. Until they just say, no, we're not going to take it anymore, and these facilities start to be built and people start getting scooped up off the street, putting these facilities, it's going to have to change. And if the majority of the people, the taxpayers, the people that vote, say that we want these facilities, we want this, and do it this way, that's exactly what's going to be happening. So when you look and see what's going to happen in the future, look at comments from people on channels like this. Look at what your city council is saying we should do, because Mayor Krogh has said the mentally ill homeless people, mentally ill homeless or mentally ill period, should be put in institutions. When you get people that are running cities the size of Nanaimo saying things like this, well, it's not far from that to it actually happening, because these are the people that make the decisions in your community to tell you and everybody in your community what's going to happen over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And if that's the direction we're going for the homeless people, maybe, as local TV said, that if we start doing this, those homeless people are going to get up and get the hell out, because they don't want to be part of this scoop into facilities, because detox is a bitch. They don't want to learn. They don't want to get jobs in these facilities. They don't want to work. They don't want. They just want to be left alone on the street, stealing to pay for their habits, not living in a home, shitting on the streets, and it does happen, and you see it downtown a lot. So what is the solution? Are these solutions? Beefs and bouquets, not me, boots and salutes. And we will put your comments. Keep the swearing to a bare minimum on these comments that you send in to the email address, and I guarantee you they will make it. They will make it onto Nanaimo Now Boots and Salutes. Anyway, that's another video from Nanaimo Now. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. And I have a Patreon account just up here on my main page. A couple bucks in the Patreon account. It helps do this. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye now.